Well, it appears we've got some new details about Armor Wars. One of the Marvel projects that continues to evolve is Armor Wars. If you remember correctly, this was originally set up as a show, but was revised into a film due to the scale of the project. Now we've started to get some details about what this movie could potentially be about, and based on these reports, we can absolutely see why the project was upgraded from show to movie, because they are going to need a big budget. Let's take a couple minutes to break that all down. Now, before we dive into the whole report, though, I want to make it really clear. This falls into the rumor category and comes via CBN seen over on Instagram. This is not a verified source, but the details are very specific. So I thought we could talk about them for a minute and how they kind of make sense. And if it turns out to be true, that's a big if, it would integrate the pieces of the MCU into a very accurate story to the spirit of the original Armor Wars. So this has me pretty excited. So let's dive into all the details and talk about what's being reported will go down in Armor Wars. Also, before we dive into this, spoiler warning, there's spoilers in this report for both Armor Wars and Secret Invasion, so you have been warned. So if you don't want any spoilers for either one of these projects, make sure you click away now, and we'll just see you after they've been released. Now, according to these reports, Secret Invasion is going to take place before Armor Wars, and will mark the beginning of a war between the Skrulls and the Kree. Apparently, according to the report, Secret Invasion will actually draw the human race into the mix, and this conflict will actually take place on our own planet Earth. Now, it appears this series culminates in those events, because this is where Armor Wars begins, and once more the Department of Damage Control will make another appearance, this time in a much bigger role. As many of you remember in Spider-Man No Way Home, they seized a lot of Tony Stark technology, and they plan to use this technology to fight this war against the two alien races. Now, apparently the technology they possess is a literally Iron Man suit. Now, this is the same technology they went toe-to-toe with Tony Stark in Iron Man 2. And now that they've seized it during the investigation in No Way Home, and they now depend not only on developing more, but using it in this war with the Kree and the Skrull. And this is why Brody steps in. Tony Stark's desire after the first Iron Man was to never have any of his technology be manipulated as lethal weaponry in acts of war ever again. No one knew how Tony felt more than Brody, so to honor Tony's wishes, Brody was going to do everything humanly possible to recover Tony's technology. This will put him in a head-to-head conflict with multiple organizations including Damage Control, and potentially puts the character in legal jeopardy, which has happened to several Marvel heroes over time. If you remember correctly, Brody was already in a bit of hot water during Infinity War, so this could play out unfortunately considering Thunderbolt Ross is currently the president. Now, the report does go on to suggest some other characters could appear, and these are ones we've talked about from other series, but it spoils multiple other projects, so we'll dive into this appearance in another video. Let's just say a character rumored to appear in WandaVision will also be part of this show, and that character will carry on to another show, Vision Quest, making for a pretty interesting arc and seeming to give some weight to some of these reports, with a common thread being some of these new characters and developing storylines. Now I have to say, it's great War Machine is finally getting its time to shine, and I love that these are truly acts of war, giving Brody the proper motivation to stand up and defend Tony's technology over an impending conflict. Obviously, a war between the Kree and the Skrull is a big deal, and should it unfold on Earth, that's a lot of danger for people all around. But Tony was really clear on what he felt here, and like heroes always say, you have to find another way, and I love that he's standing by his friend even though he's not here anymore. Now, whether the rumors of Tony coming back to life as a hologram in the show turn out to be true, we'll have to wait and see. None of that has been confirmed like this report, but it would make Armor Wars quite the event film, so I wouldn't put it past Marvel.